Guys, welcome back to the channel. Adam T Exotics. Do me a favour, please subscribe to the channel, help me get to that 2,000 mark. We're going to be announcing the 2,000 subscriber giveaway very soon, probably by the end of the week, so stay tuned for that. But make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss that video. So guys, this video is going to be about, the reason I love snakes, what drives me towards them, what keeps me going with them, what really makes me excited about them. I mean, there's so many pets out there that we can sort of choose to have. I mean, from cats to dogs to chickens to rabbits to hamsters to all sorts of things. Why exotic animals for me? Now, I think with me, exotic animals are just the best you can get. I mean, I've had an array of pets throughout the years. I've kept birds of prey, various different reptiles, but I always keep coming back to reptiles, and they're always going to be my favourite for whatever reason. It's not just snakes, but today we're going to focus on snakes and what they bring to the table that keeps me thirsty for more, makes me want to keep working with them. So guys, one of the best things about keeping snakes is the ease of care. They're not like cats, not like dogs, rabbits, guinea pigs, hamsters and things like that. As long as you provide them with their essentials, so the correct heating, the correct humidity, food and fresh water, they thrive. That's all they really need. Obviously, as long as they're in a sort of a suitable enclosure as well. They don't need much sort of stimulation, not like a dog would do. You don't need to take them for walks. A dog would need to go to the park and need to interact with other dogs and play and learn through play. You don't get that with snakes. Yes, they will benefit from being handled to some extent. Some really appreciate being handled, others not so much. But there's that enrichment factor there as well. They do feel some sort of enrichment when you let them out and you let them have a wander. And there's something different to those sort of four corners of a tub. So I do that quite often. The kids come out and play. I say play, handle the snakes on a regular basis. You can stick your hand into any one of my tubs, and bar one, I think that's just a moody cow. No aggression, no hissing, no anything from them. They're sort of perfect. So also, feeding. When it comes to feeding, with a cat or a dog or any sort of mammal, they need feeding. Daily, once a day, twice a day sometimes, depending on what animal you've got. With snakes, you obviously don't need to do that. They're sort of a once a week animal, which makes them perfect animal if you want to go on holiday for a few days. If you're going away for a week, as long as they've got a nice big fresh bowl of water, they're pretty much set. What I do that might be advisable is, when I go away, I do have someone pop in just to make sure thermostats are working, heating's not gone out and things like that. But in terms of water and food, they're set for the week. You can feed them before you leave and you can feed them when you come back, and they're absolutely fine with that. You can't do that with a cat or a dog or a rabbit or a hamster or anything like, or even a bird. They need a lot more sort of care, direct care, and that sort of suits my life perfectly. I do a 4 on 4 off at work. I still live I work 50 miles from home, so I'm for a good 4 days of the week I'm only at home for a couple of hours before I go to bed, and I've got a squeezing time with the wife, the kids, and sort of looking on the snakes as well. So that's sort of perfect for me, because I know I can come home from work and I don't need to come into the snake room to feed, because they've already been fed or they're on a schedule. So that's probably the number one sort of benefit for me for keeping snakes. So the second probably best reason for me is obviously all the mutations that you can get through these reptiles. I think the market's come a tremendous way since when it started, in the early 90s. To what was available then to what is now is absolutely mind-blowing. To get one species of animal and have so many different variations, I can't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I can't think of another animal other than reptiles that have that sort of ability about them, but they can come in so many different polymorphism, come in so many different types and varieties and colours and patterns. Okay, you got dogs and things like that, but they're different breeds. Okay, they're dogs ultimately, but they're sort of subspecies of breeds, if that makes sense. Whereas ball pythons, royal pythons, they're one breed, and they still come in all those amazing colours and patterns. And I think the best thing about it is mixing and matching them, creating like a piece of art You could really, you could start with one animal, put that animal to that animal, and you know what you can create out of that, and then you're taking the best from that and then you're mixing it with that, and it's absolutely amazing, so exciting. And I think that's the main reason it attracts people to the hobby, and attracts people to this species of animal anyway. It's such a great animal to have. So guys, probably the third reason that I love these snakes is the price. Okay, so with the price tag on these animals, it really does depend on what you're after, what genes you're after, what combos you want to sort of buy into. It's a great sort of animal for, it has that entry level price for the lower combos, the lower gene combos, and then obviously it has that massive high investment sort of animals for, the multiple genes and the recessives and double recessive. So there's a bit of it that sort of attracts everybody from every walk of life, from every sort of financial background. Yes, some people come in with money and they buy the best from the off, and they buy the best genes and have the most amazing collection in the space of a couple of months. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people I've seen comment on other people's videos that they're doing it wrong. It's not wrong. That's what they choose to do. There's nothing wrong about it. I can see the frustration in some people, but I think maybe some of that is a little bit of jealousy, if I'm honest. I'm not a wealthy person. I do alright. I have a house to pay for. I have 5 children. I have multiple animals. I can't go and spend £5,000 on a single snake. My wife would absolutely divorce me. So I don't sort of market my animals to that sort of clientele, if you like. I think my animals are sort of based on that person getting their first snake, or the person getting their 5th or 6th snake or something like that. 2, 3, 4, 5 gene animals at the most. I don't really deal with those really high-end investment quality animals because I can't invest that sort of money in it myself. If I won the lottery, hell yeah, I'm going to be buying some amazing animals, and I don't think that should be frowned upon. I think if you ask yourselves deep down inside, yes, the philosophy of buying an animal or a pair of animals and creating those awesome genes and combos yourself, and having the pleasure and having the experience of creating those animals, yes, that is probably one of the best things that attracts people to this market. But please don't take it the wrong way, is that when people don't do it that way, when they buy into it, if they've got 100 grand to spend and they go and spend 100 grand on snakes, that's their prerogative, guys. Let them do it. Let them have fun with it. Just because they want to start at the other end, there's nothing wrong with that. It's like saying I just passed my driving test, I've got 200 grand in my pocket, I'm going to buy a Ferrari. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that person buying a Ferrari over to a cheap Fiesta or a Ford Escort or something like that? It completely depends on what people want to do. And I think we should all respect the way people want to go about entering this sort of hobby and how they want to sort of progress their collections, because it's their collections, guys. Let's not forget that. So I think we should all sort of just be fair, appreciate what other people do, be happy with what you're doing yourself, be confident in what you're doing, and just worry about you. So one of the best things about being in this hobby, and I mean absolute best things, is when you're to the stage where you're producing your own animals. I think there's nothing better than cutting open your own eggs, or seeing those eggs pit for the first time and absolutely seeing what you've produced, all that hard work, all that effort you've put in throughout the year, getting that female to breed, getting her past ovulation, going through the prelays and all this sort of stuff, counting down those days, seeing those pearly whites, looking at them, candling them, they're perfect, incubating them, getting through incubation, and you see that first little head. I think that is absolutely amazing. And if you're new into this and you're looking to do that for the first time, I promise you now, it's one of the best feelings in the world, full stop. It's such an amazing experience, and it really makes you want to drive to do something a bit different or a bit better the following year, and see what other sort of amazing stuff that you can create. It's absolutely mind-boggling, and I think that is probably one of the main reasons it attracts so many people to the hobby. This hobby has grown tremendously throughout the years, and it's only going to get bigger. It's only going to get better. Yes, it's, you know, more people are crowding the market, but there's a bit of a pie for everyone. You know, we're not in competition with each other. You know, like I said in previous videos, majority of people don't do this as a business or to make money. So the fact that there could be 20 other people in your area doing the same thing, who cares? You know, or for me, it doesn't matter. Do this for the love, do this for the reasons I've just explained, creating those awesome babies. And we're going to show you some of the cool babies that I've produced this year in a second. And, you know, I'll sort of talk through what I was feeling when I first saw them, because it's an absolutely unreal experience. So guys, this is one of my favourites that I've produced this year. This is the bamboo fire spider. This is a female and a holdback. First time I've been working with the bamboo gene this year, and I've really done quite well in terms of what I've produced. What I really loved about this girl is when she come out is her little sort of moustache. Really sort of unique, and an incredible sort of head stamp on this girl, with that sort of dot in the middle. So I'm really excited to seeing her sort of grow up and seeing how she looks when she's a bit bigger. Calm down. But I love the bamboo gene, even mixed with a spider. And I know spider's not for everybody. I like it, and I'm going to carry on working with it. But as you can probably agree, you know, that animal is absolutely stunning. As I said, it is a female, so she is a holdback, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what I can do with her in the future. Guys, this is a female pastel leopard, one of the best leopards that I've actually produced, and I'm really fortunate enough to produce quite a lot of leopards this year. It's one of my favourite genes to work with. It's the first time I have actually worked with this gene in producing them. Such a really busy pattern. One of the best examples, if I'm honest, of a straight pastel leopard. And she's a bit hissy, but as you can agree, and I'm sure you will, you know, when you see this come out of the egg, it's absolutely amazing. Absolutely stunning animal. So many people have asked me to sell this, and you know, she's not going anywhere. She's going to be a big part here in a few years' time. Absolutely stunning. Really busy pattern. So, you know, the leopard pattern, you know, is such a unique pattern, and what it can do to other sort of genes when mixed in, you know, just something as subtle as a pastel, you know, that looks, I'm just blown away by this animal. Absolutely stunning. So that is a female pastel leopard. Guys, this is probably the highlight of my year. Nothing special here, obviously a couple of clowns. First time I've hit a clown or a clown combo. Now the pairing of these was a pastel het clown female bred to a clown male. I was lucky enough to get 4 eggs, and we hit a pastel het clown male, a normal het clown male, and these 2 visuals were both females, so obviously they're staying with me. This one on the right is just a straight up clown, a really pretty clown, and she's really doing well with the feeds. As you can see, she's putting on some nice size. Of course, she is a holdback, but the highlight of the actual whole season for me is this pastel clown. Absolutely beautiful. Again, she's doing well. She's a bit behind on the feeds than her sister, but she's still doing remarkably well. She's strike feeding by herself. The first couple she had to be assist fed, but she's now strike feeding by herself, doing really well. And I just love the crazy head stamp. Look at that head stamp, guys, absolutely amazing. So I'm really chuffed with this. And you know, this is what I was talking about earlier, guys. I've now created, you know, what I could have done out of that pairing, and I sort of done really well. So next year what I want to do, I want to take, you know, that clown sort of project further. With that pastel het clown female, she's going to be going to the pastel lesser clown, next year, trying to get some killer king clowns. So that's going to be next year's goal in terms of the clown project. But you know, I'm absolutely over the moon with these two beauties, and the fact that both visuals were female, even better. So guys, another gene that I'm sort of known for working with is the calico gene. Now this is just a normal pastel calico, nothing else going on with this girl, and she is now sold. She's going to a new home tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. But I produced a few of these sort of this season. Really happy with the results. Calico has always been one of my favourite genes to work with. Just like I said, just a subtle pastel calico, but imagine that into other genes, guys. Imagine that into sort of other colour enhancing genes. Absolutely amazing, absolutely beautiful. Really nice high white on her, really nice sort of blushing here. She's on the escape, but absolutely stunning. Really impressed with how these calicos turned out. So guys, while I'm here, I'm going to show you this one. This is my brand new pickup. Now this wasn't the male that I was expecting to get when I did say it on a couple of videos back about getting a 6 gene animal. Mix up at the place where I got him from, and the wrong male was reserved for me, but I didn't quite mind. This one was a bit cheaper, and it still had one of the genes that I wanted to get in the first place. So guys, this is a hypo butter Enchi pinstripe male. So my first sort of time sort of venturing with the hypo gene. Absolutely stunning. You can really see the Enchi and the pinstripe sort of mixing in together there and creating that really cool funky pattern. Just an awesome animal, doing really well. He shed out here the other day, so this is his sort of fresh paint. And I'm also looking to getting into the sort of chocolate gene. So I should be picking up a bamboo chocolate 100% het ghost to go with this male. That's what I'm going to be sort of working with the hypo project. But a stunning little boy nonetheless, and I'm really happy to be working with him in the future. So this is the last one I'm going to show today, guys. This is a bamboo banana. This one is actually sold. This one's sold pretty much straight away. I sold this really quickly. Obviously a very popular animal. As I say, first time with the bamboo gene. I'm really happy that I got sort of banana mixed in there as well. Absolutely stunning. And I'm sure the new owner is going to be very happy when this arrives at their door. Or I think they're actually coming to Doncaster to collect it, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, I'm sure they'll be very happy. Absolutely stunning example of a bamboo banana. And maybe in hindsight I would have kept it, but it is a male, so I really didn't need it as a male. Female, it definitely would have stayed with me. But you know, an absolute stunner, and this is why we do the things we do, guys. So many different variations, so many different combos, and so many different avenues that we can take where we can all sort of be happy and confident in what we're producing. So a bamboo banana. So guys, that's just a few of the awesome animals that I've managed to produce this season. Very happy with every single one of them, but like I was saying, it now gets my head sort of thinking of what I want to produce next year, and I've got some crazy ideas, so you're not going to want to miss any of that. So guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you ever so much for watching, for your continued support. As always, it's appreciated. Do me a quick favour, hit that icon there, just subscribe to my channel, also hit the notification bell, and there's a couple of videos here to keep you entertained for another sort of half an hour, 40 minutes anyway. But guys, thanks for watching. Again, thank you so much for your support, your kind words, and I will see you in the next one.